Hello, everyone, and welcome to our sadly, our first ever Tinker Stars Family of Teams Opportunity Night. We are so happy for those of you guys that have joined us live and those of you guys that will be watching this recording. I know sometimes with schedules, it's kind of hard to get on at the specific time. But we are really excited to have you guys here, and hopefully we will be able to share our stories and answer any questions that you might be having or that might come across when you think about what Scentsy is. You're going to hear from a couple of different leaders tonight, and I'm going to introduce them in just a little bit. But you will see that we all have joined for very different reasons. We all come from different lifestyles, different places. We all joined at different times in our lives. Some of us were with kids, without kids, married, not married. So you'll see that there's not like a specific mold that fits into Scentsy. We all kind of come together to form one beautiful puzzle. If you do not know me, I'm Liz Marcotto. I'm a star director with Scentsy. I've been with Scentsy for a little bit over 8 years. And when I started with Scentsy, I honestly did not think I was going to do Scentsy for very long. I thought I was just going to join, get my stuff for free and half off, and kind of be done with it within a year or two. But what I didn't know is that I was going to fall in love with the company, the owners, like everything that is Scentsy, from the friendships to the trips, from the product to home office. And it's just been an amazing roller coaster ride that I love being on. So if you have any questions throughout the speakers talking, please feel free to either jot them down and save them for our Q&A at the end, or you can go ahead and use the chat and ask on the chat, and one of our leaders will answer that for you. So we are going to hear from the following leaders. We're going to hear first from Ashley Gill. She is one of our directors. She is the director of Team Happy Sense. I hope I said that right. And then we're going to hear from Teresa. She's another director on our team, and she is a director of oh my gosh, I completely spaced out. Sunkissed Strawberry? No, Strawberry Sunkissed. Teresa, please correct me if I'm wrong. And then Ashton, she is the director of Team Gracefully Scented. And then Rachel is the director of Flameless Fortitude. So I'm going to go ahead and pass the time over to Ashley so she can go ahead and talk to you guys a little bit.
Hi, so I'm Ashley, the director from Team Happy Sense. And yes, you said that right for me. I wanted to talk a little bit about how not being a salesperson when you are connecting Scentsy to your life will get you much further than trying to be a salesperson. There's so many ways that we use Scentsy in our lives. There's bringing the fragrance into our home with wax. There's with cleaning. There's with the body line. There's with the pet line. There's with the kids line. Like there's so many different ways that you can use the product and share them with whoever else. So important to know and remember that they're always watching. People are always watching. They don't want to be sold to. They want to see the experience that you're having. And if they feel like, oh my gosh, I want that experience for me, they're going to join you. And you don't really have to do too much work other than just sharing what you use Scentsy for in your life. So it can be super easy if you jump out of your box of like, you changed your wax, put it on Facebook. It's as simple as that. You used Scentsy Fresh to freshen up your bed in between sheet washing. Just put that out there. Like people want to see it. It seems mundane and silly, but people are watching. So like I said, also use the social media that you use. So if you're using Instagram, if you're using Facebook stories, if you use Twitter, I don't use Twitter to incorporate Scentsy into my life. But Facebook stories and Instagram stories are huge for us. So just share what you're doing. Super, super easy. And you know, if somebody gives it a heart or something, you can message them and connect with them, and don't be like, hey, thanks for the love, here's my link. Just be like, hey, you know, just talk to them about how their life is going. You need to build a relationship before talking Scentsy with most people, because most of the time on social media, people aren't looking for, you know, the next product to buy. And if they are, they'll be direct about it and they'll just ask you for your link. But the ones that are watching, the ones that will join your team later on without you having to sell them, they don't want to be sold to. They want to come to you. So that was pretty much all I had. Liz, I don't know if you're still there, but these tips have worked for me. And, you know, being part of Scentsy is not, it hasn't been stressful in the 2 years that I've been here, almost 2 years. So, you know, I just live the Scentsy life, and that's what works for me.
I love it. And it's so true. We don't have to see ourselves when we are a consultant or when you think about joining as a salesperson. Like if you just show why you love the product, or even how she said, using the product, you will gain that interest and you will get those people asking the questions. So it's so important to not see the Scentsy opportunity as, oh, I'm going to be selling something. Because yes, at the end of the day, we are selling products, but honestly, we're showing people an amazing product that we all love and use. We're not, like, for example, and I don't mean this in a bad way, like a car salesperson, like you only probably own one car, but you're selling cars all day. Like we use all these products. We're showing everybody how we use them and gain that interest. So I loved it. Thank you so much, Ashley. So Teresa, let me go ahead and go.
Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining us. I'm super excited to be here. My name is Teresa, and I'm the director for Sunkissed Sweethearts. I've been with Scentsy about 4.5 years. I just joined because I needed a hobby, and I had no idea that it was going to expand this quickly. We'll talk a little bit about time, and if you don't think you have enough time to do this, I promise you, you do. My life is crazy. I'm married and have a 10-year-old who is very active. I also work full-time in the medical field. So I work Monday through Friday, 8 to 5. Sometimes I pick up extra shifts at the hospital. My daughter does cheerleading, so we have cheerleading practice. I am a Girl Scout leader. I have 21 girls on my troop. So I work a lot with getting everything organized for our meetings, and we just finished cookie season, and our girls sold like 10,800 boxes of cookies. So a lot of things go through my house, and a lot of things happen, and I have to be everywhere, but I find time to do it, and you can too. If you really want this to work, you can find time. When Chloe is doing cheerleading, I will sit and watch her, and I will post things. How many of you sit on Facebook for 30 minutes, 40 minutes? You can post on Facebook while you're scrolling. Instead of scrolling, getting frustrated with everyone's posts, you can be posting about your business. You can find time. There are awesome new programs out there where you can schedule all your posts one day and just schedule it whenever you want it to post into your group to help you with time management. But I just wanted to let you know that you have time if you really want it to work, and it's really worth it. I love it, and I wouldn't trade it for anything.
Thank you so much, Teresa. And she's so right. I think that a lot of people think that, oh, the only people that can do this is people that stay at home, people that maybe only work part-time. But honestly, when you join the Scentsy family, you get to learn very quickly that we are all busy in very different things. I remember when one of the directors I was going to speak in a little bit, Rachel, joined, she didn't have her daughter. And so we would be talking and she was like, wow, like you're busy in so many different ways that I'm busy, because she did work outside the home and she had a job that was very demanding, but I was at home with two little ones under the age of 3. And so everyone's busy in their own sort of way, but busy people are very good at finding time. They're very good at time management because they're used to being on the go. So it's very easy for those people to say, okay, I have to live on this schedule and I need to get these things done. So don't let that scare you, because I assure you, you will find time. And all of these leaders that you're listening from today, and a lot of our teammates will tell you, sometimes I work my business for an hour, sometimes I work my business in 15-minute increments. Sometimes I don't get nothing done today, but then tomorrow I have more time. So don't let that stop you because you can't work this business like a 9 to 5. I assure you, you can have success working it 15 to 20-minute increments at a time. Thank you so much, Teresa. I love hearing you talk on this topic because I know how busy you are and how like you're always on the go. So I love when you can share all the things that you do and still manage to have your business. And not only that, but have a team, be a director, and work your business. So I'm gonna turn the time over to Ashton. Okay, how? Give me 1 second. Okay. Ashton, are you there?
I am here.
Oh, there we go. Okay, hold on. I have 2 of you. Okay, perfect.
There we go. Hello, I am Ashton Stillman, Director of Team Gracefully Scented. I've been with Scentsy for a little over 3 years now, and I have loved every second of it. Today I'm going to be talking about there's too many consultants in my area. So I live in Riverview, Florida, which is kind of a big area. It covers a lot, and then there's like multiple little like towns and cities in that too. So when I first joined, I didn't really do much with this business because I was kind of, just busy and stuff. And I realized that, oh, this person's a Scentsy person, this person's a Scentsy person. But what I figured worked best for me was literally just telling everyone about Scentsy. And I came to figure out that not everybody had even heard about it. So when you talk about something that you love, which is kind of what Ashley had talked about, you come to realize that not a lot of people know about it because other people in your area aren't working their business. Maybe they joined for different reasons and they're just doing it for the discount. So when you just talk about and you share every second you get, it kind of works and you introduce new people. And then you create new friends too, because when you have more consultants in your area, you create friends and you work together too. So that's that.
Awesome. I love that you said not everybody works their business the right way, the same way, and it's so true. Like we, even on your team, because you have a lot of your team in Riverview.
You do, yeah.
You have a large portion of your team, and I have a lot of teammates in Riverview as well. And not everybody works their business the same. Some join for the discount. Some join because they want to do like a little bit of part-time, so they don't really do parties. They just kind of sell. Some are in it to like make a business, quit their full-time job. And so you're always going to come across those people that either have never heard of it, maybe they lost their consultant because their consultant quit, because that does happen in this business. And so I love that fact that you say that you were able to just realize that, hey, I have to share because it's my business. It doesn't matter how many consultants there are because they might not be working it the way that I'm working it. So that's awesome. And I mean, we're in Bradenton. I don't even know how many people we have. I know, Teresa, you have a large team here in Bradenton, but there's still like, I go around town and I'll see like, a Scentsy sign, or I'll go to an event and there'll be a Scentsy person and I've never met them before. And they might tell me, oh, like, I've been doing it for 3 years, or I'm new or whatever. And it excites me because it's getting out there. if there was too many consultants, I feel like you would be seeing the same faces over and over. You wouldn't be seeing new faces pop up. So I love it. Thank you so much, Ashton. I'm going to go ahead and turn the time over to Rachel. Give me 1 second. Perfect.
Okay, I think this is working. I don't know. So I'm Rachel. I'm director of Team Flameless Fortitude. And my team name actually has a lot to do with my journey through Scentsy. So if I make it through this without crying, that would be a freaking miracle. But so I joined Scentsy in 2016. And like Liz said earlier, I didn't have kids. Like I was just working full time and I was like, whatever, like I'm bored. I'll just do something else. And I literally said, like right before I clicked the join button, I literally said, I've spent $99 on worse things. So yeah, so that's kind of how it started for me. And I honestly, when I got like my kid, I had no idea what I was doing. I was just like, okay, this smells good, whatever. You know, I didn't know enough about Scentsy. Like it was a hot mess. But I found out that throughout my journey, Scentsy started out as just something to do just because I was bored or whatever. But it actually really kind of turned into like a lifeline. I guess that's really just like the best way to explain it. The relationships that I've made with people along the way, you know, the connections that I've made with customers and teammates and things like that, have made a huge difference in how I run my business. And like when I said that I'm a different person than I was when I first joined, that is like 100% true. And so my story kind of starts like shortly after like I joined Scentsy. And I ended up getting pregnant with my daughter. And at 14 weeks, my water broke. So I was forced to be on bed rest. So I was on bed rest for, I think it was like 5 months total. And I also work full time in a hospital. Me and Teresa are both x-ray techs. So it's like super busy all the time. You're constantly running on your feet. So when I couldn't do that anymore, that was like super miserable for me. I had to spend 3 months in the hospital. My daughter spent a month in the NICU. So that was extremely stressful. Once we kind of made it over like the really hard part of the NICU stay, I thought I was feeling relaxed. I thought I was kind of getting the hang of being a new mom and all that other kind of stuff. And I wasn't. I wasn't handling it very well. I wasn't doing what was good for me and my daughter and my husband. And it was a really, really, really dark time in my life. I ended up getting diagnosed with severe postpartum depression. And I had a really, really, really difficult time handling things. You're on the video, just to let you know. So what I was able to do, and now I think my dog is going to knock over everything. Oh my gosh. So what I was able to do and how Scentsy was able to help me is the relationships that I built with my team. I was able to reach out to them, you know, and have people that I can share things with, because I'd never met anybody with depression. I had no idea how you're supposed to act, like what was normal or any of that kind of stuff. And so I was able to meet a lot of people through Scentsy that have actually, we've kind of been each other's leaning posts, I guess, you know, like when they were having a bad day or I was having a bad day, we were able to connect with each other that way. And I would have never been able to meet those people if it wasn't for Scentsy. You know, and then back in November, my mom died. And if I'm being completely honest, my Scentsy business has definitely like been put on the back burner after that. Just with everything that I've been through in the last 5 years, that one was like really, really rough for me. And I'm still trying to deal with it. And having depression and then losing your parent, it's really hard. And if I didn't have like my team of girls, if I didn't have Teresa and if I didn't have Jen or Amber, somebody to talk to, I think I probably would have been in a much worse place than I am right now. So if it wasn't for the people that I've met through Sensi and the relationships that I've built, I don't think I could have gotten through this alone, for sure. So that's like Sensi has just become part of my life, because it was there when I truly needed something to kind of keep me from falling apart. So that's kind of my story, and how, how you're able to still run your Sensi business even when, your life is chaotic and you think that you're never going to get your head above water. Sensi can also be kind of that way of your self-care. Like, you can take that time for yourself and just focus on one thing and kind of get your head out of all of the other things that are happening. At least that's how it was for me. So I guess that's it.
Thanks so much for sharing. Very personal stuff, Rachel. I still remember when you texted me a few years back, right before you got diagnosed with postpartum depression. And I was just kind of like, I had not known Rachel for very long. I had only known her for a few years, but I kind of was like, this does not sound like the Rachel I know. And I remember reaching out to my upline, our superstar director, and I said, I don't know what to do because I've never have dealt with this. Like, what can I do? And she told me, we need to get her some Sensi sisters that have gone through this. And so my advice was like, hey, let's reach out to someone that might be going through what you're going through and running a business. And that's one thing that we love about this community, is that even if on your team you don't have someone going through what you're going through, or that has experienced what you've experienced, you can reach out to the Sensi community all around the world and find that one person and build that friendship with that person. And it's like, I remember someone saying on one of our Sensi pages, saying something like, if I get a flat tire out in the middle of nowhere, the first place I'm going to ask is on a Sensi page to see if there's a Sensi sister nearby, because they'll get there before AAA. So it's that kind of community where we're always so willing to help. And I'm so glad that you were able to find that support, because I knew it was something that I couldn't offer as a leader. I hadn't experienced that, but I also wanted to be able to help you be successful with your business. And that's one thing that I think when everybody clicks that join button, they don't know what they're getting with that join button except for a kit. They don't know about all the friendships and all the support they're going to get through. I mean, you'll hear countless stories of people that have gone through, loss of parents, loss of kids, loss of spouses, divorces, all these things, and that Sensi community comes together and is there to not only support but uplift and be that person giving you that hand when you feel like you're drowning. So thanks so much, Rachel, for sharing that. I'm gonna go ahead and okay, so I am gonna talk to you guys real quickly, just basically about, okay, so I want to join. What are my options? What do I do? So basically, we have two kit options. The first kit option is the $99 kit, which is available at all times. It comes with all of your Sensi tools. It comes with like products that you can use. You can use them for demos. You can make samples out of them. You can sell them. You can choose what you do with those products. I always tell new consultants, especially if they've never really bought Sensi before, or they've never really, they don't have a lot of Sensi, to keep them for demoing or making samples. But if you are a Sensi addict, like a lot of us, I tell them like, hey, you can use that as part of your stock to help you get started. And that kit, like I said, is available all the time. Now, Sensi does have a host kit option. Maybe you've seen that from anyone that has invited you here today. When we say something like, we have a kit up for grabs at zero out-of-pocket cost, or we have a discounted kit, that's the kit that we're talking about. It's a little bit smaller. It comes with all of your tools, and it comes with a one warmer and one Sensi bar, and it's $59. But if you host a party, you can use your host rewards towards it. So this kit can be anywhere from like $39 to zero out-of-pocket cost. Literally, you can start your own business for nothing. And the good thing about it is if you host a party, like let's say that you decide, I want to have my launch party before I join, you can do that, get the kit option, and then have those orders be your first order. Those are going to be your customers anyway. Those are going to be the people that are going to support your business. So we want to help you get started like on the right foot, on like with success. So, and you can get that kit option also anytime, but it does require a party or that we as consultants have collected enough orders to be able to offer that kit option. So if you are like not ready right now to do a party, but you would like that kit option, talk to the person that invited you today, or, you know, be on the lookout, keep your eye open for when we do those postings, or schedule your party. I know sometimes, you know, spring break is all over right now. So you might be like, I'm going into spring break, we're going on vacation, I'll do a party after I get back, or I have something going on, I'll do a party here. You can schedule your party, your launch party, to help you get that kit option. And honestly, that is a kit that people sometimes, I think that a lot of us, when they brought that option, we were like, oh, great, people are not going to take their business seriously. But we've had a lot of people join with that kit option that are now leaders, that are building their teams, they're having great success. So it has proven that it doesn't matter if you start out with the small kit or you start out with the big kit. It's really what you put into your Scentsy business that that gets you what you want out of it. So I don't see any questions in the chat right now, but we were going to open it up to a Q&A if anybody had questions. I do see some people on here that are not our leaders. So I don't know if they have questions. You can unmute yourself and ask. So I'll give it like a minute or two to see if you guys have questions, or if our leaders in the meantime want to share anything else that they might have thought of.
I had something in my head when you were talking about the kit, because I started on a $15 special with a mini warmer and a bar, and now I'm a director. So it really doesn't matter what kit you get if you're driven to do it.
So true. I'm looking for something that I wanted to show. Hold on.
I also joined on a join special too.
Look at us now.
I know. Who would have thought?
That's right.
I mean, I was at Disney World when I was asked to join, so
A
it's like
magical
the
place.
happiest place ever.
Right.
All right. I can't find my bracelet, but I wanted to show because this is literally one of the reasons why I stayed. So one thing that we've learned through this journey, I think all of us can attest to this, is we've learned a lot about ourselves. We've learned our love language. We've learned our color. We've learned a lot of things about like talents that we probably have that we didn't know we had before, or how to use them. And so I realized, because of Scentsy, that my love language was recognition and words of affirmation. And so when I joined with a friend that had just barely joined. She didn't know what she was doing. And so I joined and I hit shooting star, and that's one of your first fast starts. Didn't even know I had earned it until I received a charm in the mail saying congratulations. And so I was working at the time in accounting, and I absolutely hated my job. I hated my job. I was miserable. I worked long hours. It was not a job that anybody appreciates you. And so when I saw Scentsy sending me stuff in the mail for things that I was doing that I wanted to do because I wanted a paycheck or because I wanted to earn something, it really made me feel appreciated by the company. And so that's one thing that made me want to stay, was the recognition. They also do annual recognitions. They do incentives. Right now we're in the middle of an incentive called Grow with the Flow, or Continue to Grow with the Flow. No, what is it called this year? It was Grow with the Flow last year.
Time something. I don't know.
It's like Grow with the Flow. So
I think it's funny. There's like how many directors on here, and not one of us know the name of it.
want to keep feeling it grow with the flow because it looks like the same picture. But you know, like you can get a shopping spree, you can get all these things just by working your business. And so I love that because yes, when you work a 9 to 5 or overnight or whatever your schedule is, you get a paycheck. But it's so much worth, like there's so much worth to when someone says, thank you for doing what you're doing, because they're genuinely thankful and not just like, here's your paycheck, thanks for what you did. Like we get like all these things thrown at us, awards, charms, trips, incentives with like shopping sprees or free gifts or a free warmer or free diffuser, because we worked our business. And so I want keep going. Thanks, Ashton. That's what it's called this year. Keep growing, keep going, keep growing. And then we have amazing events like World Tour and SFR that due to COVID have been virtual, but we still have been able to make it so much worthwhile that helps us to grow that family like community. So I hope that you guys got some questions answered, that you guys maybe saw a little bit of what Scentsy consultants are. We're normal people living our lives, sharing an amazing product that is, you know, it's good for our families, good for our homes, and we're just providing for our families and bettering our situation, our lifestyle. So if you guys have any questions that you guys did not get answered in this opportunity night, please make sure to reach out to the person that shared this video with you or invited you to here tonight and get those questions answered. I promise you that just because you ask a question, we're not going to make you like click that join button. You might want to do that yourself, but we're not going to obligate you. We are completely no pressure. We just like you guys to be informed of what Scentsy is all about, so you guys can see that it's nothing crazy. We might be a little bit crazy, but it's nothing crazy. It's nothing like that it's too hard to do. Anyone can do this. You guys have seen we have x-ray techs. We have a barista here that like I call her all the time. I'm like, what coffee do I want from Starbucks today? We have Ashley who works for Girl Scouts and she's going to school. I'm a cosmetologist. Like you'll have people from all walks of life, schools, no school, master's degree, technical colleges, all doing this because we love Scentsy. So don't give up on yourself. Give yourself a chance and give Scentsy a chance, because we have never regretted what we did when we clicked that join button. So I hope you guys have a great night, and I hope that this might have made you decide to join our team and that it's the right fit for you. So till next time, we'll talk to you later. Bye.